guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm going to do my April 2021 TBR. So, I gathered a lot of books here, but that doesn't mean I'm going to get to read them all. So, again, I'm going to show up a lot of possibilities, and then I'll have a core 4 books that I will be reading this month for sure, and then everything else is just kind of hopeful. So let's just dive into it. I mean, I'm hoping to get a lot more books read this month, only because I'm not reading any gigantic books. I made sure that there's only one book that's a big book that is actually covering from 2 months. So because after the Count of Monte Cristo, I need a break from really big books. I just want to read some normal sized books for April before I tackle a new big book in May, which is hopefully my plan. Anyway, so let's go through all the things. I have several things I'm doing with other people or with other groups or following other read-alongs. So let's just go through them all. So the first one is I'm going to do a buddy read with Tia at All the Books, and we're going to read Magic Bites by Alona Andrews. This is the first book in the Kate Daniels series. I did read this when it came out, so like, well, around 2000. So it came out in 2007, so I probably read it 2007 or 8. I bought it pretty early. At the time, I was buying a lot of urban fantasies because I was writing them for fun. I still write for fun, but not as much as I was anymore. I need to get back into my writing. But I have the first book of many urban fantasy series. So this is one I did read. I don't remember anything about it except that I liked it. And I collected probably about 6 other books in the series. I think it's a 10-book series. Not positive. I'll look more into it if I like it again. So, but we're going to reread this. I'm going to reread this. I think it's her first time reading it, but I don't remember, like, I barely remember. I kind of remember the very beginning premise and her first meeting with one of the characters, and that's about all I remember from the whole book. Like, I really have no memory of this. So anyway, we're going to read this in the second week of April, I think starting on the 11th. So anyway, I'm looking forward to rereading that. We're going to read 2 chapters a day, so it should go pretty fast. I've got it all tabbed up and ready to go. So it's about 50 pages each day, so that should be pretty doable. But I'm looking forward to that because I hear so much praise for the whole series, and I always thought the first book was fine, but I bought more books to read. I just never got back to it, so I really want to get into that series and hopefully continue that. I picked up from the library Island Home by Tim Winton, landscape memoir, which is the group read for the book Naturalists, which is on Instagram by Doris at All D Books and Heidi at My Reading Life. So I'm hoping to pick this up. I've not read anything by Tim Winton. I have Cloud Street, I think is what it's called, on my shelf. So I've always wanted to reread him. I always wanted to read him. I think I had Cloud Street many years ago when I went to Australia. My friend had me picked out certain Australian books. I don't remember what, that might not have been it. And then I lost that copy somewhere. I've looked for it and I had to buy another copy. So, or maybe it was a different book and I just got confused. But anyway, so this is like a memoir on his relationship with the world. I don't know. It looks like it's going to be a pretty easy read. I mean, it's pretty. Yes, Cooper, you're not helping. Anyway, so I'm hoping to read that this month. It's a library book, so if I get to it, I get to it. And again, I have been participating every other month kind of with the book Naturalists. Again, they're on Instagram. So anyway, but that was is also for the Aussie April, which Doris at All D Books and Jaclyn from 6 Minutes for Me is putting on. I also would like to read another Australian book, The Lost Flowers of Alice Hart by Holly Ringland. So I know this is like a story about a young girl who I think has to go live with her grandmother after a tragedy. I don't know anything beyond that. I just hear it's really, I've heard really good things about it, and I bought this copy. I'd really like to read it. So that's about all I know, but that'll be my other pick for Aussie April. I want to read those. For Invisible Cities, I'm going to read The Mountains Sing by, oh, I had it in my head just a second ago. Nguyen Phan Kume? I'm not sure. Sorry about that. So, this is actually spoiler from my book haul. But I bought this because it's a multi-generational look at a family in Vietnam. So I have a few friends who have come from there, or, you know, who lived there and then came to the US. So I'd like to know more about stuff like that. So again, the Invisible Cities, one of the countries is Vietnam, and I bought this book for that. So I'm hoping to get to this. It's not a translated work, but like I said, she's, she was born there. And again, this, I think it focuses on earlier and then later during the Vietnam War. So anyway, so I'm hoping to get to that. And then so again, the big book that I have is Dr. Thorne by Anthony Trollope. This is book 3 in the Barchester series. So Chronicles of Barchester. And I'm doing a read along on Instagram. I know a couple other people are doing it. I know Emily at Novelle Novels is also doing it. So I've read I reread The Warden in January. I read Barchester Towers in February, March. So I'm looking forward to continuing. I don't know anything about it, and I'm just kind of going into a blind because it doesn't matter. I'm going to try it anyway. So again, this one's so I have 2 months to read this. It's just under, it's just under 500 pages. So I think I'm going to do that thing where I read a chapter a day, because there are 47 chapters in here. So we'll see. I mean, so I might do that, because then I'll be done halfway through May. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to do a chapter a day on this, like I did. So that's my goal for that, and that read along. And then there are a couple of other classics I'd like to slip in. I'm hoping one of these. I don't plan to read all 3 of these. These are options. So I guess I should put which are my for sure. Sorry, I'm having issues with stacking my stuff. Sorry. So I would like to continue, because I'm almost done with The Count of Monte Cristo. Really loving those. And I have several Alexander Dumas books. I wanted to pick a shorter one. So The Black Tulip, I don't know much about this. I thought it had to do with something about a flower. I'm not quite sure. Some Holland and a flower. I don't know. I hear this is really good. Somebody mentioned that in my comment section, so I do want to read that. I also would like to help work towards finishing all the Brontes. I have only 2 books left. I have 2 from Charlotte Bronte. One of them is The Professor. So I thought, well, it's short. Maybe I can get that done. I don't know about anything about that except that it has to do with The Professor. That's about all I know. Or I'd like to read The Master and Margarita by Mikhail Bulgakov. And this is translated from the Russian by Diana Bergen and Catherine Tieran O'Connor. So again, this is one of the books on my Classics TBR for 2021, which I'm not doing super hot with really on that. But again, I have been reading classics. It just wasn't really the ones on my list, some of them. So, but this is one I do want to get to sometime this year. So this is kind of maybe I'll get to this. I'll feel like it. But I might read the 2 smaller ones instead. So I just want to put it out there. And then the one fantasy for sure I'd like to read this, or historical fantasy, I don't know what you call it, is The Sinister Mystery of the Mesmerizing Girl by Theodora Goss. I want to get this done so I can complete the trilogy this month. I read the first one with a group read, also that Tia at All the Books put on, and then I've read the second book. Did I read that in February or January? I don't remember. One of those 2 months. And so anyway, I finally got the 3rd book. I want to read it. So because it left on a cliffhanger on the 2nd book, and I've been meaning to get back to it. So I mean, this one's still, well, no, it's 434 pages, so that's not too bad. So anyway, I would like to get to that. So that is mostly what I want to read, but I want to do one last thing. So I've been watching a lot of people's TBRs and things with the whole spin the wheel thing. And lately I've been watching Shannon Ridler, definitely on her Instagram, is putting up where she has a huge currently reading list. And so she will hit this from Tiny Decisions is the app, and she has it on a wheel, and then she'll read from that for I don't know how much time she puts it to, but that's how she picks what she's going to focus on. So I've made a wheel of a lot of books of different categories, and I thought, well, maybe I could do at least one little spin A month? We'll see. So I picked my science fiction, fantasy and science fiction. So you can't see here, but there's almost 30 titles I've put on here. And that's not all, of course, all the titles I have in science fiction and fantasy that I want to read. These are just the most, I want to read these now, so I can't make a decision. So I thought I would at least do one. So we're gonna do a spin wheel and see what happens. It says A Queen in Hiding. You have got to be kidding me. That's the book I was here. That was going to be my backup if I didn't That's awesome. That is so cool. So, A Queen in Hiding is my random pick on my, for my first little spin. That was fun, guys. So anyway, this is the first book in the 9 Realms series by Sarah Kozloff. They're all out. It's a 4-book series. I've been wanting to read this. This is on my 5-star predictions. This is awesome. What a great pick. This was fun. I'm going to thank Shannon Ridler for that one. But look, that popped up. I'm really excited. So I have at least a couple of fantasies in here too. So, but I'm not going to, this is going to be on my, I guess I'm going to have 5 books that I'm going to focus on, which are A Queen in Hiding, The Lost Flowers of Alice Hart, The Mountain Sings, Dr. Thorne, of course, I'm only going to read probably half of it or 2/3 of it. We'll see how that goes. And then my buddy read of Magic Bites. But everything else is hopeful, and we'll see what I can slip in. Man, that was really fun. That was really fun. Anyway, so what are you guys reading in April? Are you taking part in any of these readathons or read-alongs or anything like that? Let me know. Or if there's any of these books that you really, really enjoyed, let me know. That'd be awesome too. And anyway, that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.